What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down Keenan Allen. These are some of the best routes he has ran 2019 so far this season. I think he is one of the best route runners in the NFL. He's got a PhD in route running, and today we're going to be breaking down what makes him so great. Let's get started. So this first play off the line here, let's watch this thing full speed like we kind of already did here. Then we're going to break this thing down. So he gives him a little bit of a hesitation move, then an in back out move, restacks him, gives him a little bit of a peek back technique, sudden stick, and then catches this ball. So off the line here, you're going to see this little bit of a hesitation hop from Keenan Allen, okay? With this right leg, it's a little tough to see here, but right now, with this right leg, he's going to pick this foot up, get a little bit of a hesitation, and this is just gathering information, okay? He's trying to see how this DB is going to play it. Now, this DB is just sitting here. He's keeping a good, strong base. He's playing it just like this. So Keenan Allen knows he's got to give him something here. So he gives him a double move. He gives him an in, back out move. So I want you to look at his first foot right here. I want you to look at his right foot. His toes are straight forward. He's giving a little bit of a head and shoulder shake to the outside. What does that do? It gets that DB to open up just a little bit. We accomplished our goal. Then he comes back to that second step here. It's a little bit tough to see. 1, 2. As you can see, I want you to look at his head the entire time here, guys. Second step, bam, sudden movement to the inside. Freezes this DB. Gets him on his heels. As you can see, he's on his heels almost as if he's doing a squat. That's a great job by Keenan Allen using the head fake to utilize getting this DB on his heels. Now, what I want you to see here is after he gives that head fake, after he pushes off this inside leg here, I want you to look at his hands. He's always got a plan for his hands. Receivers, we always need a plan for our hands, not just our feet, but our hands as well. Swat those hands off. Now, what I want you to see is I want you to look at his top shoulder here. He does this kind of dip technique. This is what a lot of receivers need to do when they come off of a double move. They dip this shoulder because what I want you to see is he tries to recover here. The DB tries to recover here with his left hand, and I want you to see his left hand misses because Keenan Allen does a great job at dipping his shoulder. If he stays up square right now, he's able to get hands on his shoulder right here and be able to knock him off this pattern, get hands on him, and might be able to make a play on this ball. But because Keenan Allen dips his shoulder, he misses, and now this DB's in this position where he has no hands on one of the best route runners, going full speed with great pad level, running right by him. That's a very bad position for him to be in. So he stays on top of him. He starts to restack him. Now, he gives this peek back technique. He starts looking back with his eyes to the quarterback. Now, watch what that does to this DB. He overcommits. He actually starts to get hands on him. He thinks his ball's coming just right up the seam right now, right on this post, right up the hash mark. But what he does here is looking back, sudden stick, puts his foot in the ground. I want you to see these toes. He's exploding off of this inside arch here, and he's pushing out of this route. Now, notice how he doesn't snap his head back around right now. He knows that Phillip Rivers is going to give him this ball a little bit downfield, so he has to accelerate out of this break, guys. That's what we talk about, having chemistry with your quarterback. He's got to accelerate out of this break. He's pumping his arms. He's going stride for stride with this guy, focused on gaining separation, because at this point, it's a race to the ball. The ball's going to be here. Who's going to get there first, Keenan Allen or this DB? And Keenan Allen's pumping his arms. He's running out of the break to ensure that he's the first one to get there. He's able to make a catch and then make a play and get upfield. That's a great job by Keenan Allen, restacking him, dipping his shoulder, avoiding the contact, and making a play. Let's watch this thing full speed. So double move, dip that shoulder so he can't get hands, peek back, sudden stick, accelerate out of the break, catch this ball for a big play. That's a great job, okay? So Keenan Allen's going to be at the top of your screen here. I want to highlight him first. He's going to be, or at the bottom of your screen, I'm sorry. He notices that this DB has got he's playing man coverage, obviously. He's off coverage, which I don't believe is very smart against this kind of receiver, but he's got all this room right here to the sideline, and Phillip Rivers knows that, and Keenan Allen knows that as well. So let's watch this thing full speed. Kind of slow plays him, real sudden stick, bursts up into the route, catches this ball. And that's all the separation right here, guys. That's all the separation you need in the NFL. And we're going to show you why Keenan Allen got that. So he comes off the line here. Off the line, he's got pretty good pad level, but he's not going full speed. He's trying to get a read on this guy. He's trying to get this guy thinking. He's trying to get this DB thinking. And what he does is he picks up his pad level here to let this DB know. He exposes his numbers to let it's kind of like a mind game. Where you always tell receivers not to pick up your pad level, keep the exact same pad level, but he picks up his pad level and shows him his numbers because this is an easier read for this DB to make. He's going to be coming forward. He's thinking a break's coming right now. He's slow playing it. Then he puts his foot in the ground, kicks up into second gear, and explodes. As you can see here, he puts his foot in the ground. He's pushing off of this inside arch. He's pushing off of this outside leg to kick up into this out, kicking into second gear, kind of lulling this DB to sleep right here, getting him flat-footed, exploding out. Phillip Rivers throws this ball at great timing. He snaps his head around, catches this, toe taps for a touchdown. That's a great job changing speeds by Keenan Allen, lulling this DB to sleep, getting him on his heels, getting him flat-footed, and then making him pay for it by catching a touchdown. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So coming up slow, kicking a second gear. Phillip Rivers throws this thing on time. That is all the separation you need, guys, for a touchdown. Keenan Allen, that's a great job. Okay, so this is another touchdown he had against the Texans this past Sunday here. So he's going to be right here running a drag across the field. Let's watch this thing full speed. A couple things I want to break down. His ability to run after the catch, ability to make guys miss, make plays in open field, and then score. So here we go. Let's break this thing down. So he knows he's got to get across the field, and he knows he's not going to be getting this ball in this range right here. So I want you to watch what he does. He's got his head straight forward. He's going drag right now. Now, what this does, what this sets up with his head down like this is, let's say he's going to be running a whip route or an out-breaking route where he makes a move to the inside. If he has his eyes down like this and he's been beating him with a drag all day, you guys have probably seen the clip of Keenan Allen running that whip route against the Steelers, I believe, and he absolutely breaks their ankles because he has his head down, he's selling like he's running a drag, then he stops running on a dime. This is that exact play. But he knows he's getting the ball over here, so he's got his head down. He knows he's got to get some separation. He starts looking back for the ball because he sees this ocean right here. He knows that he's going to be getting this ball. Phillip Rivers has got a guy in his face. He gets this ball out of his hands, and he catches this ball. Now, Keenan Allen notices this guy's over-committing over the top of him. Now, what I want you to see what he does is this is how you change direction. This is how you make guys miss in open space. He stops right on a dime in 5 steps, maybe 6, 7 steps, and gets up out of this route. Now, what I want you to see here is this is how you change direction. When you're going full speed like this, the only way to change direction, guys, is by sinking your hips and getting your chin to your knee. Being in a very explosive position right here, he's going to be able to push off of this right leg and then get up into this route. As you can see here, it takes him a little bit extra steps, but he makes this guy miss because he's able to stop on a dime, sink his hips, and be in this explosive, balanced position. It's almost like running a 40-yard dash, guys. When you come up to this, when you come up to the line on a 40-yard dash, you don't want to stand really tall because you're not in an explosive position. Keenan Allen is able to get into this explosive position, change direction fast, be explosive, generate force, and then get into this end zone for a touchdown. That's a great job making guys miss in open field, changing direction right here. That's a great job by Keenan Allen overall. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So over the middle, head down, catches this ball, stops right on the dime, changes direction, an explosive position, getting that chin to his knee for a touchdown. Okay, so again, we talked about stopping right on the dime, guys. I want you to watch this route. This is zone coverage. As you can tell by this DB's alignment, his eyes are on the quarterback. He's bailing out of it. This is not man coverage. So this is where he's going to be running kind of a stop route and breaking, kind of pivoting back out to the outside off of it. So I want you to watch this thing full speed. So he stops right on a dime, least amount of steps possible, pivots out, toe tap. That's the definition of a toe drag right here. You can see all the turf shoot up in the air. That's a great catch by Keenan Allen, but let's watch how he's able to get in and out of this break effectively and fast. So he comes up here. One thing I don't like is how he kind of picks up his pad level right before he's about to make this break, but it doesn't make no difference because his DB eyes aren't on him anyways, so he's not really able to tell. But I want you to see how many steps it takes him to get out of this route. So he goes 1. That initial step, that's our snap down step right there, guys. That first step, that's where you're violent with these hips, you're explosive with those hips, and you snap down. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, maybe a little bit 5 steps with that left leg, kind of a reset. But now let's break down these steps. So 1, 2, 3. Now I want you to see this third step. He takes that second step to get his balance, but that third step is angled back downhill, and even that fourth step, it's angled back downhill, and he's shooting that head around to get those hips back around. A lot of you guys will take about 6 or 7 steps because your steps and your toes are angled straight forward and you're not snapping your head back around. You don't show your numbers to the quarterback. What Keenan Allen does a great job of is snapping down and pivoting those feet, getting his hips all the way around to this quarterback, and now he takes this little extra false step here, but he's pushing off of this outside leg to pivot back to the outside. That's a great job by Keenan Allen, stopping right on a dime, then pivoting off of that foot, getting to the sideline, making this catch, and then using a great toe drag, great toe tap to catch this ball and get a first down. That's a great job by Keenan Allen, getting to the sticks and making a play happen. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pushing off that inside leg, catching this ball, toe tap for a great job. Okay, so he's going to be running a slant against press here, guys. Now, what he's going to be doing is he's immediately off the line attacking this 45-degree angle that's going to cut back inside, getting this DB to open up the gate. Let's watch this thing full speed. So kind of slow, sudden stick, DB to open the gate, catch this ball. Okay, so let's break this thing down. So off the line here, guys, he's going to be coming off the line. I want you to see the angle like we talked about. He's going to be going straight at this 45-degree angle. Now, he's off the ball, so he's got a good range on this DB. He can stay out of his range because look where he's at. This DB is not in a position to get hands on him, and Keenan Allen does a great job of staying out of that range, so he just doesn't – it's just like playing basketball right here at this point. It's like you're making a crossover on somebody. So he makes this sudden stick to the outside, attacks him on this 45. Now, what attacking him on this 45-degree angle does is I want you to look at this DB's hips. I don't like he opened the gate up maybe a little bit too soon. That's what we call this, opening up the gate for the DB here. But when he makes this sudden stick, it gets him to completely jump outside. His hips are squared up with the freaking sideline here. He's exploding off of this leg. He gives a little bit of a head and shoulder fake to the outside. I want you to see it right here. Head and shoulders to the outside, gets this DB completely squared up. He stays out of that range. As you can see, he tries to recover with that hand, but Keenan Allen does a great job of staying in that range where there's no contact. He accelerates out of his break, pumps his arms, and now this DB's playing catch-up. And again, at this point, guys, it's just a race to the ball. Who's going to win? Keenan Allen's going to be able to win because he effectively gains separation off the line right here. That's a great job, and he catches this ball. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So coming off the line, 45, sudden stick. Catches this ball, breaks up on this slant. Okay, so again, he's going to be working a slant right here. Now, what I want you to notice is this DB, he gives this little hesitation hop off the line, but this DB doesn't break. Okay, this is the situation where the DB doesn't backpedal and he doesn't get out of there and you have space to work. He stays flat, he stays his ground. So let's watch what happens. He initiates the contact, gets hands off of him, sudden stick, then gets up into this route. So let's break this thing down. So he takes this little hesitation move off the line here, and he addresses the DB. He sees the DB ain't moving. He's just gathering information at this point. So he addresses the contact with him. He slaps his hand off. Now, he's got this DB in his back pocket right here. He's trailing him in his back pocket, so he knows he's able. All he's got to do is make a sudden stick, get a little lean into him, and he's going to get some separation. And this right here, guys, is all the separation you need at this high of a level, especially when Phillip Rivers is getting this ball out as quick as he does. Sudden stick, gets about 1 to 2 yards, catches this ball. That's a great job initiating the contact. Receivers, sometimes we don't want to be running away from contact. See, if he takes this diamond release right here, that's what we called the one before, where he goes on this 45-degree angle, he's not going to budge and he's going to be playing inside and the route won't work. So he realizes that he's a very intelligent receiver. He initiates the contact, gets his hands off him, is physical, gets him in that back pocket, sudden stick, gets a little lean into him and gets this much separation, a yard or two, but that is all we need on this kind of route. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So coming off the line, hesitation, initiate the contact, sudden stick, explode out of the route, and catch this ball. Okay, so Keenan Allen's going to be in the slot right here. He's going to be in the slot. Now, I want you to see he's going to be running this out route right here. I want you to watch this thing full speed first, and then we'll break it down. So, bursts up into the route, sudden stick, comes out of this thing, catches this ball for a great job and a great catch. So, let's watch this thing. Let's watch this thing full speed. That's my fault. Let's watch this. Let's break this thing down. Excuse me. So we're going to be here. So again, he takes kind of this little hesitation release. He's off the ball, so he's trying to get a read on this DB. Anytime we're off the ball, receivers, or we got this kind of gap with the DB, we want to gather some info. We want to see how he's going to play it. Is he going to bail out of there? He's going to stay flat just like the last clip that we watched, but he gives a little bit of a hesitation here. Sticks off this inside. He doesn't really give too much of a stick, but he's pushing. He's exploding off of this inside leg. Toes are straight forward, and he knows he's got to get up into this route. See how he gives this little hesitation here? This DB kind of opens up and gives him the outside, which is what we want to do again in man coverage with this DB. This DB played it well against man coverage. He doesn't want to give up the middle of the field because he would rather work him into the sideline. There's less room to work. He doesn't want to have to chase him all the way the hell across the field. So Keenan Allen does a good job of bursting up. He kind of runs into this DB a little bit here, but I want you to see this sudden stick that he makes right here. He makes this, puts his left foot in the ground, he explodes out of this thing. He's going full speed vertical, like he's just selling, like he's trying to run right by this DB right now, but he puts his foot in the ground. I want you to see how much he drops his hips, how explosive he is with his hips right here, and he's accelerating out of this break, pumping his arms, snaps that head back around. He got so much separation on this DB because he's not able to react when he's 15 yards downfield in a back pedal. Keenan Allen knows exactly where he's going, puts his foot in the ground, snaps that head around, and then he's able to make that catch for a big play. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So hesitation off the line, sudden stick, drop those hips, accelerate out of the break, catch this ball for a great job. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, guys. Please leave in the comments who you guys would like to see me break down next. That would really mean a lot to me. And please like this video and subscribe to this channel. That would also really mean a lot to me. I'll see you guys next time.